Well, there is no question fentanyl is extremely dangerous and can be deadly. It has killed hundreds of thousands of people just in the last few years, but New York City says fentanyl users should feel empowered when taking it. And believe it or not, that's not the worst government idea ever. A new Department of Health ad, it features tips to prevent fentanyl overdoses. It also outlines what the opioid is and why it's so deadly. War on drugs champions are clutching their pearls. Recently, I offered this wisdom nugget on Outnumbered. We don't want people using drugs that are going to kill them. People are still using drugs, and you can have all the just say no and dare programs you want. It's not going to keep people from using drugs, and that's because people sit around and they all shoot up at the same time with the same amount, and then they all die because they have fentanyl. And the point of taking turns is you see and make sure that what you're putting in your body is safe. Do you want people to not use drugs? Yes, that is the ultimate ideal, but nothing the government has done so far has kept people from using drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? So what will it take for people to realize we have lost the war on drugs? The party panel is back. Gary Hoffmann, Kevin Walling, and Olivia Rondeau. So, Gary, do you want people to die from fentanyl overdose?
No. I think that seems pretty simple.
Then
but your question about what can the government do to
telling people how to not die from fentanyl overdose?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with how to not die. And actually, I'm a supporter of fentanyl test strips. I think they can be given out as a tool for people to understand they're in the grips of a disease and there are ways to get help. But to tell people that they're empowered when they do it, to me, that's weird because that leads to like the next step. You're prettier when you're doing heroin, or you're more handsome with fentanyl blown out your nose. That to me is an illogical step to take. But the idea that you could tell people, listen, drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are not going to make you any healthier. There is no safe way to inject drugs into your body or to snort them into your nose, but we don't want you to die. So here's how we can prevent you from dying. We hope. That to me is a better message than feel empowered to do the drugs whenever you want.
I agree. So the messaging itself, like the main messaging is very clumsy, but what it says on the bottom of all those billboards, it's exactly what you said. Use fentanyl test strips. Take turns so you're not all injecting bad drugs at the same time. That's how 5 people die at once. And it's not drug users, it's not addicts who are succumbing to fentanyl poisoning, Kevin, it's teenagers. It's kids in college. It's people who are doing drugs for the first time who don't know what they're doing. They don't know that they should call 911 and not get in trouble with the cops when one of their friends is ODing. That's how people die, is people around them get scared and they panic and don't call for help.
Exactly right, out of fear. And so many of these deaths can be prevented. We know so many of these deaths come from fentanyl being laced in other drugs, for example. New York City loses an individual to drug overdose every 4 hours. So I think any kind of resources that are out there that can try and prevent that from a messaging campaign. And I think, Kennedy, we've talked about marijuana decriminalization. That's what I do in my day job. That's so important. The war on drugs has fundamentally failed in this country. So many people, so many families. And any kind of thing that we can do in terms of this kind of intervention, if they've tested the messages, if they've worked with former drug addicts, and they see what is actually working in terms of the messaging, any life saved because of this is going to be an important step forward.
So, Olivia, should our society pivot toward harm reduction versus incarceration?
I think it's very clear to see that the drugs have won the war on drugs. We're seeing mass incarceration. We're seeing very high rates of overdose. And like you said, it's a lot of teenagers. It's not the hardened drug addicts a lot of the times. It's kids, it's college kids who are just partying, doing it for the first time, and they need to know harm reduction. I don't think there's anything wrong in saying, hey, I don't want these people to die. Let's talk to them about how to not die. Yeah. And obviously drugs are bad, drugs are wrong, but the way that we have criminalized them and made it so hard to get help and criminalized getting help over the years, and we're throwing people in with violent criminals when they need medical treatment and medical facilities is very it honestly sickens me. It's very wrong. My one criticism of this new advertisement that's been seen in public transportation in New York is that I don't want it to be around kids. So when kids are looking at this poster and saying, oh, how to safely inject yourself or safely shoot up, I don't like that. I don't like that messaging, but in some regards, you know, it is more successful. I think we'll see it be more successful than the police just cracking down on anyone who has a health problem. I mean, we should call it what it is, a health problem. One more thing, this is all moot if we don't close the border. Heroin and fentanyl are coming in massively through the border, massively through the southern border. And I think a lot of people, the same people who tend to care about harm reduction, sometimes don't care about that. I'm one of those people that cares about both, but yeah.
Libertarians tend to be more consistent on just about every issue, including this one, especially when it's combined with the war on drugs and the border, and how do you take care of all of it at once? Because you can't just take care of one aspect and completely ignore the other, because you're not fixing the problem, to Gary's point at the top of the show. Now, meanwhile, President Biden, he's finally uniting the country against himself. A new poll shows 8 out of 10 Americans think the economy is garbage under his leadership. Try getting 80% of Americans to agree on anything. That's not 80% of Republicans, 80% of Americans. Gas prices hit another new high today, the national average, $4.92. We're knocking on $5 a gallon gas. In fact, things have gotten so bad. Even our incredibly incompetent Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, she has started to notice. Janet?
We currently face macroeconomic challenges, including unacceptable levels of inflation, as well as the headwinds associated with the disruptions caused by the pandemic's effect on supply chains and the effects of supply-side disturbances to oil and food markets resulting from Russia's war in Ukraine.
Oh no, it's all Russia's fault. Oh, what are we gonna do? Inflation is transitory. How can the Biden administration ever fix the economy when they won't take responsibility for their own mistakes, Gary Hoffmann?
Well, first of all, they could rent out Janet Yellen for droopy dog celebrity impressions. That was pretty spectacular. I thought Mitch McConnell had the market cornered on that one. Listen, they can't do anything. There's nothing that the Biden administration can do, because in the event that, say, the interest rate hikes that we're going to see over these next couple of months do put a tamper down on inflation, or they do something to, I don't know, get baby food formula back on the shelves, they're not going to be able to take credit for it in time for November when it comes to the midterm elections. And they're going to get taken to the cleaners in November. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do. They can't, suspend the gas tax. They've shown no willingness to do that.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned $5 a gallon gas is knocking on our door.
Wouldn't you love
in California, it knocked on our door about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We let it in. It set up camp in our backyard, and now we're looking at close to an average, a statewide average of almost $7 a gallon here in California.
Sheesh. So what are you doing, Gary? You hitchhiking to work?
Electric car.
Oh, Gary Hoffmann, I see how it is. All right, so Kevin Walling, got to do something. It's like inflation is not transitory. It's not going anywhere. And guess what is not working with voters? 83% of them says the economy is going in the wrong direction. Blaming Putin doesn't cut it. You got to take responsibility at some point. That's the only way you at least seem serious about fixing what you can.
Yeah, Kennedy, it's an important point. I've got a new piece coming out on inflation on the Fox website this week, that inflation will be the #1 issue before the midterm in terms of voters. We can talk about gun violence, reducing gun violence. We can talk about abortion. We can talk about those issues on the margins. But these pocketbook issues are going to be critical. And that's why I think you're seeing finally a realization from this administration that we've got to kick into high gear when it comes to talking about combating this, when putting out ideas like releasing more oil reserves, releasing the ethanol regulations with regards to gasoline production in this country, tackling supply chain issues. We have to have a fundamental conversation about the root causes of this. And, we're a tied-in world economy.
Yeah.
So what is happening in Ukraine is affecting us, no question.
Yeah.
Is it affecting all of these issues? Absolutely not. But
we're
we have to
running
have a
out of
realistic
time. I
conversation.
want to bring in Olivia. It's not because I don't adore you. I absolutely adore you. Olivia, root causes. Should we end the Fed?
Yes, abolish the Federal Reserve.
Right here, golf clap. Tiger Woods would love this golf clap so much because it's an American golf clap. Gary Hoffmann, Kevin Walling, Olivia Rondeau, brilliantly done as usual. Thank you, one and all. I can't wait till we're all partying together in the same room, dang it.
Happy
That's
Pride.
right.
We're going to do it.
That's right, baby. Okay. Coming up, Tiger Woods, speaking of which, reportedly turning down $1 million to leave the PGA Tour, join the Saudi-backed tour. Would you ever turn down $1 million? Jimmy Fallon discusses with me. And next, there he is, waiting on a ring or two.